Hey, what's up, guys? So my fight's tomorrow. Um, Weigh-ins are at 8 to 10, and then the event starts at 3. There's like 40 people in the event, 2 rings, so I'll probably be fighting. I'm gonna assume around 6, so we'll see. But yeah, it's been a couple weeks since the first video, and I'm feeling good. I'm about 167 right now, and I'm fighting at 165. So don't really have to worry too much about cutting weight. I didn't even really stress about water loading too much. I drink over a gallon a day on average as is, so I didn't really have to force myself to drink. And then cutting down, honestly, man, like in the past 2 weeks, I've hit 164, 165 just from a long workout, just from sweating and stuff. So I knew I could hit the goal pretty easy. I didn't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, this week I've just been resting up a lot. Kind of tweaked my shoulder playing sports, which is freaking stupid. Um, Last week, so I took it easy. I trained just enough that I got a good workout, but uh, not so much that I couldn't give a good workout in the next day. So I'm proud of that because usually I have an issue with overtraining, but I'm proud that I didn't let that get too bad and let it get out of hand and get exacerbated. So I'm feeling good now. Shoulders good, ankles good. Um, this week been going consistently but pretty light. Um, like yesterday, I only went in an hour. I've been taking it easy. Like I think your body can maintain its strength for the most part for like a week, 2 weeks. So I really don't have to worry about conditioning too much. I just wanted to stay light, didn't want to gain too much weight, wanted to stay moving and stuff. So that was kind of my approach to this final week. And then today, I'm not doing anything. I'll probably move a little bit, just sweat a little more, but gonna limit that to an hour. And then otherwise, just been eating pretty clean, not too much, pretty light honestly. But I'm not working out either, so I'm not too worried. And just to make the weight cut a little bit easier, not eating so much so I can drink a little bit more to balance that out. Yeah, so far it's been fine. I'm at like 167, so I think I'll be okay for tomorrow. Um, so physically good, mentally I feel great too. To be honest, that's kind of the main thing I want to talk about is like competition and competition anxiety. Um, so I've been kind of training my mind the past few weeks up to the past month to like enter that fight mode. I don't know what you guys are like. Some people enter that really easily and they like to get in there and bang. I like to do that too, but it's still stressful. You know what I mean? Like when I spar, I like to spar hard, but I still get nervous when I know I'm sparring someone good. I still get the jitters and stuff, but it's fun. It's fun when it happens, and it feels good when it's over, and you know you did a good job, or at least you gave it your all, whether you won the sparring match or not. Um, but yeah, the work is in, so there's not much I can do, especially from now until tomorrow. You know, the work's been put in, so I have confidence in that, and I can rely on that. And then in terms of getting to the actual fight, yeah, it's nervous or nerve wracking. You wanna do well. If you told people, like you told your friend, oh, I got to fight this week, there's pressure on that too. You know, like it feels good when you say it, but like now the pressure's on, like, oh man, I have to win now. I can't tell them I lost or whatever. That's why I don't really like telling too many people. I don't like having people come to the event either because it's just kind of a distraction. It's a little bit more added pressure because then I have to like kind of think and cater to them. Like, oh, what are they up to? Are they getting bored because they're waiting around so long for my fight and stuff? Like, I just don't want to have to think about any of that. I got one friend coming, but it's because I used to train with them and stuff. But yeah, for me personally, just eliminate those distractions really, and then you can get in touch with them afterwards. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure leading up to it, right? Because you want to win, you want to make sure that you're doing everything right. You want all this hard work and training to pay off. You know, you don't want to let your coaches down. There's a lot of factors that go into it. You don't want to look like a bitch or a coward to the people out there when you fight. You know, like not that any of that stuff will cross your mind, but all of a sudden all the stuff comes rushing in when the moment, when you get to that actual moment. Um, but I kind of had those thoughts like in the past couple weeks. There have been moments. There have been like a couple minutes where I'm thinking of the fight, like it's just in my head, and then suddenly I get a little bit stressed out and I get a little bit of anxiety. I'm like, oh shit, dude, this fight's coming up pretty soon, and that's natural. That's natural, and I think I realized that it's important to dive deep into those thoughts. Because those thoughts are there, whether they're rational doubt or just random, like physiological, just anxiety, kind of taking over your body. You just feel short of breath for no reason. I think it's important to identify those thoughts, to get comfortable with them and familiarize yourself with them, because I think like the status quo for a lot of fighters' mentalities has been just confidence. Like, I'm confident. I don't have any fear. I don't think there's a point in any fighter's career or life where they will be completely void of anxiety or fear. Because I used to think that the more fights you get, the easier they'll become, and I'm sure that's true to an extent. But as you go up in the levels, the pressure increases. Once you get to like national level or international level, Olympics, a title, a world title, the pressure is just going to increase, especially when you got like a crowd watching you, or it's like a televised event. It doesn't matter how many fights you've had, if it's like the pinnacle of boxing in 2019, like the fight of the year, and everyone's like, oh my god, we've been waiting for this forever. There's going to be an enormous amount of pressure, and if you never experienced it, then you never experienced it, and you're going to get anxiety no matter what. So I think that's kind of a fallacy. I don't know how many people think like that, but I at least kind of had that idea in my mind that fighters, once they get to like an expert level, don't get nervous anymore. But I'm kind of thinking now that it's not so much that they don't get nervous, but they know how to deal with that a little bit better. The anxiety still comes, the fear still comes, but they're familiar with those feelings and they know how to process them in a healthy way, that's constructive and not destructive. So this time around, if I ever got nervous, I practiced some breathing exercises, which helped. Helps you refocus. You need to be patient with it, but getting control of your breath helped me refocus my mind to to perform the way I needed to perform for like sparring or something. I had a couple good sparring matches with some of the guys in my gym, and I was nervous the first time because I knew the dude was better than I am. But once I focused myself, breathe, like 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out, I felt better. And then once you get in there, you just think about what you have to do. What you have to do. If he's coming in with a jab, how am I going to slip? How am I going to return with the jab? And if you just concentrate on that, then one, you'll do better, and two, you don't have time to think about the nerves, So that's kind of the mental approach that I'm taking for this one too. I know there will be a lot of nervousness and anxiety, and it's going to be a new environment. I've never been in an amateur boxing bout, but I'm confident in my conditioning. There's not much I can do now, so I'm just working on it, sharpening my mind. And once you get into the ring, all you got to focus on is work around his jab, wait for this, keep your stance, keep your feet moving, keep your head moving, and stay sharp. And then all that other shit that really gets you nervous, because what's the stuff that really gets you nervous? For me, it's like, for me personally, I'm not scared about getting hit by someone stronger than me or anything like that, because I feel like I've felt a decent amount of it, and I'm fighting another dude that's at the same level that I am. Like, we're both novices, so there's not going to be like crazy power punches anyway. I don't expect to meet like the future Mike Tyson. I don't think that's going to happen. So chances are it's not going to happen. So I'm not too nervous about someone that's like a freak athlete. And I think I'm confident in my cardio that I'll be able to outlast him. Since I put in the work, I have nothing to be nervous about in that sense. So it really just comes down to doing what I have to do, or what I can do best. And I know that whether it's a win or a loss, If it's a loss, I better have deserved it. Like, the dude better have been good. And if that's the case, then hey, if he's better than me, then he's better than me, you know? Like, he deserved the win, and as long as I fought my ass off, I will be better after this fight because of that. If I don't, however, then I'll kind of hate myself, you know, for I don't know what kind of outcome that could have been, or that would have been, but like, if I didn't perform, not physically, but with the amount of heart that I know that I have, that's the only reason for me to be disappointed in myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna just do what I have to do, and you know, it is what it is. Like, you do what you can do. Yeah. The next thing I wanted to talk about was about the nature of competition in general, and like whether that's necessarily a healthy mindset or not. I never really considered myself naturally competitive. I still don't know whether I am or not. It's really relative. It's really subjective. I know that I'm not the most competitive person, that's for sure. There are a lot of other people that are competitive about like petty little things that I always thought was a turnoff. But maybe I am, because some of the bigger things, some of the things that are important to me, for example, fighting, and like if I'm running with someone in like a PT test or something, then I'll try pretty hard to beat them. So in a couple of aspects, yeah, I can be competitive. But does that come from a healthy place is kind of a concept that I've been exploring. And I don't necessarily know that it does. I feel like a lot of people's competitive edge comes from a place where they want to dominate others and they want to be better than others. And I don't think that's necessarily healthy. One, I don't think it's sustainable long term, because that's like kind of an immature ego issue that you deal with when you're coming of age. And then there should come a point where you've satisfied that, or you've been humbled, so that like aggression doesn't exist anymore. And if you're a professional fighter and you've gone that far and suddenly that fire dies out because you realize that it's either futile or you've just simply grown out of that character, then where do you go from there? You know, that's like, it kind of kills your drive. In my opinion, from my personal outsider's perspective, I feel like it's healthier. Maybe not healthier. I would say that like my drive to fight is more competition with myself, and for me to prove to myself that I can physically perform the way that I always thought that I could. So it's really me just matching, meeting, and hopefully eventually surpassing my own potential. And we'll see how it turns out. Right now, I don't really care. If I care more that I perform well than necessarily whether I win or lose. Obviously, I want to win. Obviously, I don't want to lose. I don't want to tell people that I lost, blah, blah, blah. But if the dude's good and I fought my ass off and I fought well for the skill that I currently have, that's all you can ask for, man. So, and people will see it and people will appreciate that too. So I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. But yeah, I think this mentality that I have right now is pretty healthy. Granted, I know I'm going into a pretty novice level fight. I'm assuming that my conditioning will be better. And I'm pretty sure that dude's a 0-0, also an 0-0 fighter. So like, if his conditioning is good, it can't be that good. And if he's fought before but has 0 boxing matches, then I don't really have anything to worry about. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll post a post-fight video that will kind of talk about how I felt right before the fight, because that's when the nerves get really crazy, right? And then I'll talk about how I performed. I don't know if anyone's gonna be there to film. If there is, then I'll post some clips about it too. But yeah, if anyone's watching out there, appreciate you watching. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you.